Rebels, welcome back to my channel. My name is Masako Motsuga and you guys are watching RWS, which is Random the Chase, and I'm Moa, I'm Chase the Rebel. And on this channel we learn, create, answer, and I'm so excited to have you guys here and welcome you guys back to all the Rebels, and to everyone who is new here, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And if it is your first time watching my video, I hope that you can like and subscribe to this channel, because here we do everything fashion, honey. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In today's video, guys, finally we are done. We have completed the Jacquemus inspired skirt. It took some time and I apologize for that, but we are finally done and we're finally getting back on track. So if you don't know, join us at 8 a.m. every morning, Monday to Friday, and you learn something new that is fashion related. So yeah, so we're finally done with the Jacquemus inspired skirts. We were inspired by the dress from the Lamar collection and I really like the dress, so I decided to make a skirt, and this is the skirt, and I must say I am so happy. I am so happy that it came out the way it did. I really love this skirt. I could wear it everywhere and anywhere if I wanted to. But yeah, so we're going to talk about special notes, and if you don't know, special notes is where we discuss the things that we could have done better, things that we are proud of, things that we have improved on, and basically just pointers that can help you in future to become a better seamstress, a better machinist, a better pattern maker, whatever it is. Special notes is designed for exactly that. So yeah. So first we're going to speak about the drawing of the dress. So you guys also, I looked at the dress and took some elements of the dress that I liked, the Jacquemus dress, and then put that onto a sketch, which then became this skirt. I must say that I didn't have any trouble with the skirt. The thing is that the skirt's technical drawing definitely looks different from the skirt itself, and we're also going to speak more about that when we speak about the patterns as well as the construction of the dress of the skirt. So the skirt is really simple. It's really a simple dress. There's nothing hectic. To draw dots on a technical drawing, you represent them with lines. Frills, you just add. So there really wasn't anything difficult. So that was really simple. And yeah, so now we're going to talk about the pattern making part of it. So the pattern making part of it was really simple. If you guys don't know this, I do enjoy making patterns. I enjoy learning about it. I always feel like when you're creating patterns, you learn something different. And one thing about me is I always like making things a little bit complicated for myself, in the sense that I like to make a pattern from scratch. So I'll make like a whole block, and then from there I move on to making the pattern, which is the design. So the block is basically a basic shape. So I'd have like a basic skirt shape, and then I add in the style lines and appropriate changes and adjustments to that block to make the pattern, which would be the final garment. So I like to complicate things for myself, but this time around I cheated in that sense. So I kind of made things a lot simpler for myself. I used old patterns that had a similar shape to this skirt, and then I just added the frill parts, and it really made my pattern making process a lot quicker than usual. So if usually I'd take like 2 hours to make a pattern, I took this time probably like 13 minutes, because the pattern was so similar. So that's what I meant by I cheated. So now the changes. So if you look at the technical drawing, there is a waistband, and this skirt does not have a waistband. The reason why I didn't add a waistband is because when I had started cutting my fabric, I realized that I forgot the waistband. So what I did was I just tried the fabrics on by placing it on my body, and I realized that the waist line of the skirt was pretty high, so I didn't really need a waistband anymore. So those are the slight changes that you make as you continue sewing, as you make the patterns and whatever. So those are the changes that I made to the skirt compared to the technical drawing. So I don't have a waistband anymore because of the reason that the waistline was perfect. So if I had to add a waistline to the skirt, what I would have done, is I would have reduced the waistline of the pattern and then made that into my waistband, or just reduced it and then have a waistband that I cut separately. So yeah, so thanks to having patterns from a very long time ago, I made my process a lot quicker, and even the sewing becomes a lot quicker because then you don't have to spend as much time cutting. And yeah, I did everything in one day, so that's really a good thing. So now when it comes to construction, guys, this was a very simple skirt. I hope that everyone was able to follow along with the sew along part of it. It was a two-part type of video situation, and it was really simple. And I think that the most difficult part was probably just the dots. That's probably something that I've never touched on, and maybe you guys might have been shocked about. And maybe some of you guys wonder how you can have a seam in the middle of a fabric and it stops in the middle of nowhere. You get me? So that's why I had to do a two-part video, because that part was quite important. So yeah, there was really nothing very difficult when it comes to this construction. Only something that might be complicated is just sewing a dot correctly. Sometimes you do find, even in retail store where you buy clothing that has dots, and the dots leave pleats at the end or the tip of the dots, which is not how the garment is supposed to be, and it kind of bugs me. But when you do it yourself, when you've learned the skill of sewing, when you do it yourself, you kind of let it slide, and sometimes the pleat is not that big. So with this skirt, the left dot of my front piece is not like to the T, but all the other dots are really done well, which I'm really proud of, because sometimes it can be a bit challenging. And the only reason why I didn't undo the dots was because the fabric is quite fragile, and once you make a mistake, you can't undo it because it leaves holes, like the needle left holes in the fabric, and I was using the smallest needle. So yeah, that was the only thing, and this is how it came out. Another thing is, I'm really proud of how the zip came out. I was really I'm shocked. So I do have a difficult time sewing zips. It really does give me a difficult time, and I try to avoid making zips that have laps, because I hadn't really grasped the idea of making a zip with a lap. But I really did well this time, and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I usually would do like an invisible zip, because that's a lot simpler for me, I believe. So yeah. Another thing is, I do kind of struggle matching up the top of my zip, and that is a problem that I need to fix like ASAP. But this time around, the difference was not so big. Like it was literally like so small. And also I did forget to put in like eyelets or a button at the top of the zip, so that the zip didn't go down, because that's what was happening. And if you guys do remember in the previous video where I revealed the skirt, you could kind of see the zip kind of opening up, and that's because there wasn't anything holding at the top. So yeah, I needed to do that. But yeah, and then the next thing is the frill part of it. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see from here, but this part of the dress is quite dark until here. Remember, there's the arc that goes convex. There it is. It's a bit dark there, and when you look at the rest of the skirt, it's kind of light. This is because I do have a darker lining in the inside, which was a good choice, because this is also very see-through. And then the frill does not have a lining, and that's why you can actually kind of see the darkness underneath the frill. But I think it's still great. It's still a beautiful skirt, and I'm really happy with the outcome. I hope you guys do like it. Those are my notes. Other than that, I'm really happy about everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this series as much as I did. And next week we will be doing more pattern work, so I hope you guys are going to be ready for that, in terms of bringing your notebooks and making sure you have pencils around you, because you're gonna need to take down the notes. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.